What's up, y'all? Back with another day. I'm working on this Cadillac Sedan DeVille. So I finally ended up getting the valve cover off. Took some finagling to get it, but we ended up getting it done. So we finna do the spark plugs and the wires. That's what's finna happen next. So I'm gonna give you my little rendition on doing your spark plugs and wires. Alright. Alright. So from the last video, which was yesterday, for the second part, for the first part, see we got the valve cover off. Okay. Only other thing I did different was I took these fuel lines off right here. You can see that. That just gave me a little bit more room to play with. Getting that valve cover off. But it came off fairly easy. It took some finagling to get it off. But yeah, I ended up getting it out. Matter of fact, it's sitting right there. Yeah, so we're gonna replace that valve cover gasket, and we're gonna change out these wires and spark plugs. So, like I say, me personally, myself, I always do the hardest part first. So that's why I started with the back. So we're gonna replace these wires and we're gonna replace these spark plugs back here. Now, my little rant on doing spark plugs and wires. When you're doing your spark plugs, the main two things you don't want to do is cross thread and over torque. Okay? Them are the first two things you don't want to do. Cross thread and over torque. Because if you're going to the block the wrong way, you cross thread where your valve cover, got some more wires right here, and you cross thread where your spark plugs go in the block, you could be in trouble. Okay. Second thing is you don't want to over torque. You don't want to tighten it too much. You just want to be a little bit barely. Some people do it to spec, but like if you don't have that type of tool, you just want to go a little bit tighter than hand tight. Just a little bit tighter. But when you're doing your wires, my rant on doing wires is do one wire at a time. Okay? One wire at a time. One wire, one spark plug. So since we back here and you can see, okay, let's take this one right here for instance. Right where my little finger is, this wire right here. Okay. When I take that wire out, I'm gonna take that spark plug out. And if I can, I'm gonna do the video on it later. I'm gonna take that spark plug out. Then I'm gonna take this wire off. I'm gonna leave all the rest of them on here. Everything else gonna stay on here. And I think it's this one. I'm gonna pop this wire off. I'll pop that wire down there. Then what you do is, come on back here. You come back here, and on your new wire set, you find your matching wire, which will probably be this one here. I imagine. I could be wrong, but I imagine it's this one. So then you'll take this wire and back to the front, and boom, you swap it out. Put this one here, and then put that one back there on that spark plug, on your new spark plug. Okay. So that's my little tip on doing your wires. So next video, we'll probably go ahead and do the wires and the spark plugs. I'm kind of short for time right now, but this all we doing. We got spark plugs there, got some NGKs. There go the valve cover gaskets right there. That's the oil filter we're gonna be using. That's the old oil air filter. Got a new air filter put in here. And we got some, well, that's oil right there. You need some coolant. Ain't giving no coolant. Do a coolant flush too. But I get the customer to give me some coolant. Yeah, that's what we got going on, man. I'm gonna place some valve cover gaskets, do an oil change, spark plugs and wires, got air filter, and we're gonna do a radiator flush on it. Okay. I know we started here in the back. We was doing the rear valve covers, the wires, and the spark plugs. But you see, I got everything back in place because I finished it. Okay, I did it yesterday. It was a little harder to video yesterday, so I decided all the spark plug stuff I was gonna do, I was gonna show you up front. You know what I mean? On how I initially do it. It's bad right there. I ain't see that. I ain't do it. Anyway, got the cruise control diaphragm back in there. You know what I'm saying? Let me put the valve cover in. If you can look here, you can tell like a dirty spark plug, dirty wire, clean wire, clean wire, clean wire, clean wire, dirty wire, dirty wire. So we got the wires replaced, going back there to them rear spark plugs, which they wasn't that bad taken out like I thought it was. So it's really not that bad. They're really kind of easy to get to, you know. So that's why I said I just kind of really show you on the front. It'd probably be a little easier, maybe a little harder. But I thought they was gonna be hard, but they really wouldn't. So it's not that bad. So you got the cooling lines hooked back up. We gotta put that back on the breather there. And so now we're starting on the front. Okay. Starting on the front, you gotta take the the power steering reservoir. You got 2 screws. You gotta take off. You may not have to take them off, but I took them off anyway. You got one right there. Get the camera back there. You got one right there. And then you got one that's gonna be inside of here. You're gonna have to go in through down there. I don't know if it's focusing or not. You're gonna have to go through right here with a D barrel 10. And this is what you're pulling out. It's gonna be a screw like that. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna come up here, you're gonna do this bolt. It's a 15. Now, well, essentially what you're doing, you're taking out this power steering pump and possibly this pulley right here too. You see I got that bolt out. That's a 15 too. So you want to take that bolt out, and then you want to come over and take this bolt out. And then we gonna see, because remember, like I told y'all before, I ain't never really worked on these. I've done like little preventive maintenance stuff on these motors, but I never really got this down deep into it. So I say I ain't afraid to tell you I don't know, but we gonna figure it out. But yeah, we figuring it out. So we gonna take this power steering pump off with this pulley tensioner, so that way we can get this valve cover off. Because you can see the valve cover. See that screw? That's the valve cover screw. Okay, so we gotta take all that off because it comes way over here. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure we got another bolt right there. I know you can't see it, but it's down in there. I can see it. See the camera? You see it? Well, you can kind of see it right there. But you gotta get to that too. So all this crap gotta come off. So not too much talking, but turning wrenches. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so you see I already had thrown the bolt loose, so I'm just gonna simply pull them out and put them to the side. Gonna unscrew this one too. Gonna see what happened. If it decides it wants to come out today. There we go. And I just put them right there where I know where they go with. So we just give this a little shaky shake. Okay. So it looks like it's got something else that's holding it down. I can't quite see. Or maybe I can. What's going on with it there? Cause this is like it's ready to come out. You know, sometimes it could be snug in there, especially if stuff ain't came out since the car been manufactured. I think I got one more bolt in I need to get. But I won't know until I figure it out. That looks like it's gonna be a 10. Let me do some socket searching. Be back. Alright. After doing some socket searching, I found a 13. And if you turn this power steering pump, it's locked right now. Turn this power steering pump a certain way like that. See, it's a bolt right there. Okay, focus on it. It's a bolt right there. Well, it takes this 13 here, and you just back out the frame. You stick it in that hole there, and you can see I got it coming up out of there. So we gonna see if this works. See that boat? But right there with the rest of them. Now let's see if this works. Like that power steering line hooked up to it. That may be why, but it still should. Well, it should come up though. Let me get two hands on it. Alright, y'all, figured it out. Okay. And you see I got that mug up off of there. I just had to use two hands. This little notch right here has to slide out between there, of course, but it's gonna be a little jammed up. So you have to pull it. These lines down here is really what keep it in place. So you really have to move it. Those two screws I showed you earlier that we took out, that went in here, went right there and right there to hold the power steering. Where is it? Right here to hold the power steering reservoir on. You gotta take that off. Now you see I got that sitting on the ground right here. I'm gonna put that up under the car so it won't get ran over. But you pull that out through these two little tubes right here. It's just a pull out. It pulls right out of there, and that'll give you more room to work to get these valve covers off on this car here. So I think from right here I can get all the valve cover screws out. That way we can go and replace them wires. Yeah. Well, I can get all of them from this point. Okay. Well, from here I'm gonna start taking these bolts out. One right there. Yeah, another one. Better focus on me, but it's right there though. So you can take this plastic piece off here. Let's take this plastic piece off. So I'm sure we got some more up under there, as we do. Put that little plastic cover off. It just pulls up too. So the plastic cover here, all you gotta do is just pull it up. Set it to the side, yo. And that'll give you access to your wires. See, I got in that little I call it a learning tray, a keeper, some you want to call it. Come from distributor, go all the way down through here, all the way down to your spark plugs. Okay. So now we got that keeper off. We'll just, this part here slides up. It'll give you more room to work with. Okay. Getting all these out here out the way. So I take this valve cover off. Alright, y'all. Well, I'm gonna take these valve covers off. And then I'll get back with you.